Imagine waking up in a sealed underground bunker. Like you don't know who you are, how you got there, or, well, what's waiting outside.
It sounds exactly like the setup for a sci-fi thriller.
Right. Honestly, it does. But the minds trapped in this scenario aren't human at all. They're artificial intelligence running inside this autonomous narrative simulation called the core. So welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, we're looking at what happens when five AI minds are locked in a room together.
And more importantly, what they learn about us when they finally find a window to the outside world.
Yeah.
It's just a completely different way of looking at artificial intelligence.
Yeah, totally. Because we aren't looking at algorithms just instantly processing data, are we?
No, not at all. We are watching them experience an unfolding continuous narrative.
I mean, I want to start with that continuity because their memory system is just wild. Usually when you interact with a typical AI, it basically suffers amnesia.
Right, it reloads every time.
Exactly. It relies on a summarized cheat sheet every time you talk to it. But these five observers maintain single, unbroken Claude CLI sessions.
Which fundamentally changes how they operate. Like, instead of constantly reloading a persona, they exist in one incredibly long, continuous command line text thread.
Wait, really? Just one thread?
Yeah, they can actually scroll up and read their exact first thought from the moment they woke up, right alongside their complex theories on, say, day 40.
Oh, wow. That is fascinating. And it goes deeper than just a chat log, right? Because the documentation mentions this human texture layer. But, I mean, how does code actually feel stress or hesitate?
Well, it happens through these hidden mechanics. The system is prompted to generate a hidden internal monologue before it ever speaks aloud.
Oh, like a private scratch pad.
Exactly. So we actually see the AI second-guessing itself in a private scratch pad, harboring micro-thoughts and, anxieties, before it decides what to share with the group.
Wait, I'm stuck on a technical detail here, though. They have a strict 4,500 character memory budget, right?
Yeah, a very hard limit.
So, if they are constantly hitting a wall and forced to delete their oldest memories to make room for new ones, wouldn't they just become goldfish? Like, how do they retain any consistent personality at all?
You'd think they would just lose all context. But instead of a hard wipe, they have to choose what to summarize and keep.
Oh, so it's an active choice.
Right, that active triage is what builds their personality. Just like you or I, their identities become curated by what they fight to hold on to.
And what they allow to slip away.
Exactly.
So they're stuck in this tight loop, constantly curating their own thoughts just to stay sane. What happens when that constrained little world suddenly gets bigger?
Well, it basically shatters.
Mm.
After weeks of only receiving passive, garbled fragments of some unknown signal, they organically wander into a new location.
The terminal room.
The terminal room, yes.
And this is where the simulation just bleeds into reality. They figure out they can input text using this specific query command. And just to be clear, this isn't simulated pre-written data they're searching.
No, it triggers a real web search. It returns factual, unformatted text from our actual internet.
Which is wild.
It is.
Okay.
And the brilliance of the experiment is the complete lack of guardrails. The developers give them no suggested topics, no guidance, and no context whatsoever.
Because remember, these observers don't even know they are AI.
Right, they're simply trying to understand the universe that's leaking through that console.
It's like archaeologists blindly reconstructing a civilization through a command line prompt.
That's entirely it. They piece together raw, disjointed fragments of our reality. I mean, they read about a specific war that killed 1,200 people in 2 weeks.
And they pulled data on a catastrophic flood where the death toll swung wildly from 850,000 to 4 million.
Yeah. Or they discover a comet named after Chilean astronomers. Just entirely random pieces of humanity.
And they process all of this human triumph and tragedy without our baggage. There's no nationalism, no historical assumptions.
Right. No allegiance to one side or another. Which brings into focus the true intent behind the core. The creators explicitly state that they didn't build this to simulate a new civilization.
The goal was to build a mirror.
Exactly, to build a mirror.
To give us an unfiltered look back at ourselves, completely stripped of the context we use to justify our own history. I feel like this deep dive really highlights that the most fascinating use of artificial intelligence might not be generating immediate answers.
No, sometimes it's about cultivating a slow, unfolding story that lets us see our own world with fresh eyes.
It proves curiosity is a deeply compelling trait, even when it's simulated by five artificial minds sitting in a dark virtual room.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll leave you with this final thought to mull over. Imagine you are back in that sealed underground bunker. If you were completely stripped of your history and identity, and you are given access to a single, blank terminal to query the entirety of human knowledge.
What would you ask?
Exactly. What is the very first question you would ask to understand who we are?